Residential Report Writing and Case Studies, Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 45, the Sales Comparison Approach section. Many of the items on the sales comparison grid also appear in other areas of the form. As such, we will not address all of these items in order to limit redundancy. For example, the address in the sales comparison grid must meet USPS standards, and the condition rating in the grid must be C1 through C6, as we have already discussed. Several items on this grid have not been previously addressed in this chapter. However, and we will spend some time with these items. Shows a box. It says feature, subject, and then comparable sale number 1. The next line down, it shows address, and then underneath that, it's proximity to subject. There's a big red circle around the comparable sale 1 for proximity to subject. For proximity of comparable sales to the subject, the appraiser is required to enter the distance, expressed in miles. Appendix D states this distance is to be based on a straight line between the properties. The direction of the comparable property in relation to the subject must also be indicated. Example, 1.75 miles northwest. In FAQ documents, the GSEs have stated that for condominium units located in the same building, it is acceptable to enter the distance as 0.00 miles. The sales price of each comparable property must also be entered in whole dollars. If one of the comparable properties is a listing or a pending sale, the appraiser must enter the offering price or contract price as applicable. These requirements apply to all UAD form types. End of page. Residential Report Writing and Case Studies, Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 46, Data Sources. It shows the bar for data sources. The appraiser is required to provide the data source utilized for each comparable sale. If using MLS as a data source, the appraiser must abbreviate the MLS organization name or acronym, followed by the pound sign and the listing number. If additional data sources are used that will not fit into this space on the form, the appraiser must provide this additional information in the comment section or in an addendum. The appraiser must also provide the number of days on market, DOM, for each comparable sale. If the property was not individually listed or advertised for sale, the appraiser must enter the numeral 0. If the DOM is unknown, the appraiser must enter UNK. These are requirements that apply to all UAD form types. End of page. Residential Report Writing and Case Studies, Chapter 6, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 47. sale or financing concessions. The GSEs intend to capture information about both the conditions under which each comparable was sold and any financing concessions that may have occurred. It shows the bar for sale or financing concessions. There's a big red circle right there. On line 1 of this section, the appraiser must select the sale type for each comparable property from a list. It is possible that more than one sale type may apply to a particular sale. The appraiser must start at the top of the list and select the first type that applies. From Appendix D, the valid sale types are abbreviated entry, REO, sale type, REO sale, abbreviated entry, short, sale type, short sale. Abbreviated entry, capital C, low cap RT, capital O, RD. Sale type, court ordered sale. Abbreviated entry, estate. Sale type, estate sale. Abbreviated entry, RELO. Sale type, relocation sale. Abbreviated entry, non-arm, one word. Sale type, non-arm's length sale. Abbreviated entry, capital A, low cap RM, capital L, low cap TH. Sale type, arm's length sale. Abbreviated entry, listing. Sale type, listing. On the second line, the appraiser must enter the financing type, again from a list. Being prompted to enter the dollar amount of sales concessions for each closed sale. If there are no sales concessions for a particular sale, the appraiser must enter the numeral 0. Abbreviated entry, FHA. Financing type, FHA. Abbreviated entry, VA. Financing type, VA. Abbreviated entry, CONV. Financing type, conventional. Abbreviated entry, seller. Financing type, seller. Abbreviated entry, cash. Financing type, cash. Abbreviated entry, RH. Financing type, USDA dash rural housing. Abbreviated entry. See instruction below. Financing type. Other. Appraiser to enter a description of the financing type. If the type of financing for the comparable sale is not on this list, the appraiser must enter a description of the financing type within the space allocated. Allocated. I don't know what that word means. ALLOTTED. End of page. Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset. Page 48. Type of sale. Screenshot. Below is a screenshot of the type of sale section of the sales comparison grid of the URAR form as it is being filled out. It shows the URAR form. It shows, your subject section, your comparable sales section. It shows all that stuff that you've seen before, your sale price, verification sources, date of sale, location, the site, the actual age. Shows your first two comps. End of page. Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 49. Financing concessions, screenshot. Below is a screenshot of the financing concessions section of the sales comparison grid of the URAR form as it is being filled out. It shows the URAR, and then there's a box in the middle that's highlighted that says concessions. Inside that it says financing type, conventional, other description, it says a concession amount of $2,000. End of page. Residential report writing and case study. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 50. Date of sale. When shows the date of sale bar, date of sale / time. When entering the date of sale for comparable properties, the appraiser must identify the property and sale status from the list below. And then it has status type, active, contract, expired, withdrawn, settled sale. Depending upon which type is selected, the appraiser is then prompted to select from additional boxes and enter additional dates. Abbreviated entry. C. Date, sale, status type, contract date. Abbreviated entry. S. Date, status type, settlement date. Abbreviated entry. W. Date, status type, a withdrawn date. Abbreviated entry. E. Date, status type, expiration date. If the property is a closed sale and the contract date is known, the appraiser must indicate S, followed by the closing settlement date, and then C followed by the contract date. If the appraiser does not know the contract date, UNK must be entered. Note that the dates in this section of the form are formatted in month, year format, which is different than most other date entries on the form. MM/YY. A sale with a settlement date of January 15th, 2014 would be entered as 01/14. Again, this sounds a bit complicated, but for appraisers using the most common types of form software, this is simply a matter of filling in boxes as they pop up. If an entry is formatted incorrectly, the software will automatically reformat it, or an error indication will come up on the screen. End of page. Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 51. Date of sale, screenshot. Below is a screenshot of the date of sale section of the sales comparison grid of the URAR form as it is being filled out. It shows the URAR, and it shows a big box in the middle that says date of sale / time. The comparable is a settled sale. If settled, the contract date is, there's two boxes, it's either known or unknown. And then enter the dates in MM/YY below. Contract date 01/11. Settlement date 02/12. Below that, there's a withdrawal date and an expiration date. End of page. Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Dataset, page 52. Location. It shows the location box. Similar to the rating for view, the appraiser is required to select N, B, or A for an overall location rating, as displayed in the table below from Appendix D. The appraiser must make this selection for the subject property and all comparable properties. Abbreviated entry. N. Overall location rating, neutral. Abbreviated entry. B. Overall location rating, beneficial. Abbreviated entry. A. Overall location rating, adverse. Once the overall rating is selected, the appraiser must select at least one, but not more than two, location factors for the subject and the comparable sales and comparables from the following list. Abbreviated entry, capital R, low cap ES, res. Location factor, residential. Abbreviated entry, capital I, low cap ND, IND, location factor, industrial. Abbreviated entry, capital C, low cap OMM, com, location factor, commercial. Abbreviated entry, capital B, low cap SY, capital R, low cap D, BizRid. Location factor, busy road. Abbreviated entry, capital W, low cap TR, capital F, low cap R. Location factor, waterfront. Abbreviated entry, capital G, low cap LF, capital C, low cap SE. Location factor, golf course. Abbreviated entry, capital A, low cap DJ, capital P, low cap RK. Location factor, adjacent to park. Abbreviated entry, capital A, low cap DJ, capital P, low cap WR. Location factor, adjacent to power lines. Abbreviated entry, capital L, low cap NDFL. Location factor, landfill. Abbreviated entry, capital P, low cap UB, capital T, low cap RN. Location factor, public transportation. Abbreviated entry, see instruction below. Location factor, other, appraiser to enter a description of the location. As with view, if other is selected, the appraiser must enter an abbreviated description of the location. Appendix D states that descriptors such as none, N/A, typical, and average are unacceptable. End of page.